So vacant sites have been identified for the relocation of Jagersfontein residents who were affected by a mine dam wall collapse last month.
So life is slowly returning to normal in the mining town as residents there pick up the pieces. For now, officials say 24 families have volunteered to be relocated to an area 2 kilometres away from the devastated area. A verification process to identify qualifying residents are now also underway. Newzroom Afrika's Tumaole Mohlaoli visited Jagersfontein this week, and in fact he joins us live from Bloemfontein this morning. Tumaole, good morning. Can you still see evidence of the damage caused by that mudslide a few weeks ago now?
Well, Michelle, more than see it, in Jagersfontein you can actually feel it when you see the expressions of pain and loss at those who survived and are picking up the pieces. Not many pieces for some who have lost everything. One gentleman that I spoke to just couldn't believe that last month he had a home and now there's just a slab. This just speaks to the force of the dam wall collapse. And of course residents are saying that they are not happy with the pace of what is happening, especially on government side in terms of trying to help them rebuild their lives. They say that there seems to be a lack of action, and they are now calling on national government, the president as well as the deputy president to come and intervene. They say that they feel the provincial government has failed them. However, some residents are saying that they are willing and prepared to take up the offer because they simply want to move on with their lives. There are some sticking challenges, though, that they are going to have to face, and this will form the backdrop of an all-important meeting that's expected to be held next week, when residents will be given a feedback on where the process is in terms of trying to relocate them. It's not as simple as just simply moving them to the piece of land that's been earmarked. That land has now to be developed and now has to be prepared for residential occupation. So there's still some way to go. However, some residents are saying that they're not happy with the offer that government has endorsed in terms of the mine, saying that it will give a one-size-fits-all payment to residents. Some residents are saying that they invested in their homes. So when you look at ground zero, if one can call it that, it certainly paints a picture of how far one still has to wait in order to see the return to normalcy for Jagersfontein residents.
So tell me, difficult questions emerge, right, from this relocation process now. For one, this issue that you've just raised around residents who say that they've invested quite a lot, they had invested quite a lot in their homes before that incident happened at Jagersfontein. How do I then go about proving just exactly that?
And that's another sticking point, Michelle, because residents are saying that some of them have lost absolutely everything, including important documentation. And this is one of the sticking points, because the verification process is one that the government is saying is going to be all important as to determine who will be a beneficiary. So what is now coming out is residents are saying what systems are going to be used and how are you going to determine who's the beneficiary. Is it a home? And some residents are saying that if there's more than one family residing on a property, does that mean that they are going to get just one property again? Or is everyone who comes forward as an affected person going to get their own property? What size will the property be? And also, what kind of development in terms of infrastructure will they be moved to? So some residents are really asking those difficult questions, and officials are saying that they're doing their best to try and manage this process because the Department of Public Works is joining forces with the provincial government, and those announcements will be given to residents in that all-anticipated meeting within the next week.
I imagine plenty of questions when that meeting does eventually get underway. Tumaole Mohlaoli, live to us there in Bloemfontein, continuing to track the story around Jagersfontein.